Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Harang Choi and I am currently preparing for the Step 1 exam. So I decided to make a video on this topic because I realized that a lot of IMGs are still lost in terms of this whole process of registering for the Step 1 exam. And so if you are interested in knowing about this, just follow along. And without further ado, let's begin. So before I start, I want to give you a brief overview of the steps in registering for the Step 1 exam. So just take a look at the order and I will go through this one at a time. But before we begin, before you decide to register for the Step 1 exam, there are things you want to make sure you have. So the first thing is that you have to be sure that you are decided on taking the USMLE exams, and you must have a valid passport, and you also need to check if your medical school is listed under the World Directory of Medical Schools. And in order to check your med school, you want to go to the website wdoms.org and go to the search tab and make sure your medical school is listed there and that it states there that your school is eligible for ECFMG certification. So once that's over, then you can start the steps in registering for the Step 1 exam. So let's start with step number 1. So step number 1 is to create an ECFMG ID and an account. So the best way or the easiest way to do this is to go to the ECFMG website, and as you can see here, click on the online services, and under the online services you will see the IWA interactive web applications. So make sure to click that, and once you click that you will get to this website. And once you get here, and if you've never gotten a ECFMG account before on ID, make sure to create an account. Once you have created an account, which will take some time, so make sure to read everything listed there. And once you create an account and an ID number, we go to step number 2. Number 2 is to fill up and submit the Form 186. So this is available in that interactive web application website, and so you fill up the form and you have to make sure that it gets notarized. Before the pandemic, this used to be done via snail mail, so it used to take a lot longer for this to be processed. You had to print the form, put your picture, fill it up, and send it to ECFMG via snail mail, and so it used to take a long time. But now, because of the pandemic, they came up with this notary cam, so it takes you like maybe up to 5 minutes. It's really fast, so you get to notarize it online, and so it's a lot convenient that way. So you can do that, and once you notarize the Form 186, and after a bit, you can now head to step number 3. And step number 3 is submitting the online application for step 1, and this is also done through the interactive web application. You will go there and you'll see that it shows, you can click the area where start application for step 1, and you can fill up all the information there. This actually takes some time, and through this application you can also select the eligibility period when you actually want to take the Step 1 exam. This is not where you decide on a test date. You only get to select the eligibility period, and this used to be every 3 months intervals before, so you can only check, for instance, January to March. So within January to March is your test period. But now they kind of changed it because things are unpredictable and things are changing, and because of the pandemic, they also added dates that are longer, eligibility period. And so there's one that is January to June, for instance. But yeah, so you just select whichever dates convenient for you. And once you've done that, you will have to pay the $965 for Step 1 exam registration fee. And if you are taking it in another country other than the United States, you have to also pay an additional international testing fee. And for me, that was 195 US dollars to take it in Korea. And so it added up to 1,160 US dollars. So yeah, when you apply for the step 1 exam online, you have to pay, and it will send you an email that confirming the receipt of your online application. But that's not the end of the story, okay? So this is why it's important to follow this process. Once you're done with the application, you have to make sure that your school, your medical school, sends ECFMG your medical diploma. So it's either I think usually schools have a Latin diploma and an English translated diploma, and so your school, you have to request from your school for these documents to be sent to ECFMG, and once ECFMG confirms the receipt of your diploma, that's when you can schedule a test date for step 1. So basically the step 4 is to request for documents from your school, just to make sure that you have all the documents you need. For my school, the USMLE package consisted of the transcript of records, the Latin diploma, English translated diploma, and the MSPE. And MSPE is a document. It stands for a Medical Student Performance Evaluation, and it's basically a document that it's like a summary letter of evaluation intended to provide the residency program directors like an honest and objective summary of your salient experiences, attributes, and academic performance. And so actually you'll need this document for a residency application, so you don't need it already when you're actually taking the step 1 exam, but you can request for it as early as when you're actually requesting for your diploma, so that your med school can be well prepared when you're applying for your residency. So that's step 4. And step 5 is step 5 is ECFMG confirming your diploma. And once you get the confirmation, they will give you a scheduling number, and that's what you need in order to schedule an exam. So step number 6 is you go to the Prometric's website. So this is a totally different website from the interactive web application. You go to the Prometric's website, plug in the scheduling number, and you schedule an exam. So if you're actually curious as to whether there is an available exam in your country or what dates are available, you can actually go to the Prometric's website and check the available dates before even having the scheduling number. But you can't schedule an exam unless you have a scheduling number. So that's like a very brief summary of the whole process of registering for the step 1 exam. Just an update on myself. That's why I want to give an advice to you guys to ask for documents early so that you can register early, because all this process takes time. As for me, I had some problems with my school, and so although I submitted my online application for step 1 back in November, and I requested for my documents in November, I don't have those documents until now, because my school told me that it's gonna take a while for them to prepare the Latin diploma, because it's all being processed for signatures, and because of the pandemic they said things are getting delayed, and so the school told me that the diploma will be available in January. And so now you know that I wasn't able to even set a schedule for my test, even though I was planning and been preparing for this exam. And so those are the challenges that you can encounter during this process. So I encourage all of you to register for the exam early and also request for documents early, because the school sending the documents is one thing, the arrival of documents is another thing, and ECFMG confirming and giving you a scheduling number to set a test date is another thing. So yeah, I am kind of frustrated that my school is not ready yet for my documents. I will send them an email again once the holiday season is over, and make sure that they send my documents as soon as possible. And belated Merry Christmas and a happy New Year to all of you, your family, and friends. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you like the content of my channel. Until later then, bye!